There's a picture that is also on the cover page of the Sunday Standard. The Mombasa Governor, Hassan Ali Joho, meeting the retired President Daniel Moi in the presence of the Baringo Senator Gideon Moi. These are sent tongues wagging dismas that there's some 2022 talk in the air, some kind of deal. The Mombasa Governor has made his presidential ambitions very public. What do you think is happening here?
You recall a few days ago, Gideon Moi was in Mombasa to meet with Governor Joho, and they said that they want to craft an agenda for 2022. And right now, this visit. But the backstory is, now that Raila Odinga is in a relationship with President Kenyatta, there are some things that he cannot do in the public space. The person who is going to be doing that is Joe. So essentially, Joe's responsibility right now is to rattle the deputy president. That is going to be his job description for the next 4 years. And you notice after you went to see Mzee Moi, indicated he's going to be having a series of meetings in Rift Valley. He didn't speak about Mosocho, where he can bring a bit of his resources to build roads. But he said he wants to stay focused in Rift Valley. And as far as Ruto is concerned, Rift Valley is a wrap. So it's going to be a pain in the wrong place for Ruto. Because number one, he's got the gift of the gab. Understand he speaks Swahili very well, so he can throw in so many proverbs and msemos. And then number two, the people he's hanging around with do not have issue with bank balances. So they can easily give him a lot of resources to disrupt what has been perceived to be Ruto's backyard.
Yes.
So in the next few days, you're going to be seeing Joe, who is not going to be spending time in Mombasa, but spending a lot of his time rattling William Samoei Ruto. And to that, we hope that when he's going to do the rattling, it's not going to be anchored on just a mere propaganda. It's going to be about issues. Like, for instance, Ruto says that he's got a very successful track record of development initiatives. I hope that is what Joe is going to focus on, to discuss development, but not to discuss political dates.
All right.
And maybe the Ipsos survey.
All right. Mark, what is your analysis of the place of the Mombasa governor in the political matrix that is, of course, 2022 politics?
The gift that Joho received last year from President Uhuru Kenyatta was what the kleptomaniacs would call nikutukane ndio ujulikane. In a war of words between him and Uhuru Kenyatta propelled Joho in the mind of a lot of people to be a national politician. And of course, his position as deputy party leader in ODM does give him significant clout. But let's also remember, this is not a man who struggles to pay his way around. And you know, if you saw the song and dance by which he was received by certain politicians in certain areas, that tells you that he has the back balance to make a few things happen. And therefore, he is going to be a significant player in the 2022 politics. That is, whether he's in or out of ODM, whether he's running for deputy president or angling to be given a cabinet position. At the end of the day, he is a force you cannot ignore. And as Dismas has correctly pointed it out, he actually has a very good mouth on him, and he can actually articulate his issues quite well, despite his famed academic credentials. But that being said, it's going to be very critical to answer the question that is Rift Valley fully locked behind William Ruto. That is going to be a very interesting question to answer, because we do know that KANU has a presence there. We do know that once upon a time ODM had inroads within Kalenjin land. And the thing is, yes, and it is my hope, and this is my sincere hope, that come 2022, that the Kikuyu will vote 50% one side and 50% another. It is my hope that the Kalenjin will do the same. It is my hope that the Kamba will do the same, because that is how we can beat tribalism in this country, where our father and mother have voted for different parties. Yes. So we can no longer say we belong to a particular political class simply because of our tribe.
Yeah.
So I hope that he does make inroads, just the same way as I hope William Ruto makes inroads in the coast, just the same way that I hope William Ruto makes inroads in Kikuyu land and in Luya land. That is what our politics should be about, that how much of each of our communities can each political party do. And the only way to get there is if we have politics based on issues, a track record of development.
All right. Hezbon, away from Mark's political purist views, where do you think, I mean, the people of Mombasa will be asking how their governor will be juggling between taking care of their county in the next 4 years and playing national politics, but where does he fit? How does he help which cause?
Well, I think technically a governor is both an executive and a politician, and to the extent that he is a politician, basically suggests that he can easily play politics. He has ensured that the executive is doing its work at the county level. So the people of Mombasa have no reason to worry. And again, you're looking at it in terms of they'll have a governor who will move from the gubernatorial position to a higher position. And in the politics of Kenya, is one of your own is high up there. There's that belief that it will benefit the region. So I guess the people of Mombasa are not so much worried about Joe playing national politics, because eventually it's gonna just help the people of Mombasa. But from this meeting, what I'm seeing is it doesn't have a lot to do with Joe's presidential ambition, as it has a lot to do with the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. You know, you look at the way Joho has been conducting himself, it seems like as the deputy party leader, he has been given that freedom to coalesce with anyone, to interact with anyone, form alliances. And I'm not so sure that that freedom is to help him. It is like it's some freedom that is meant to help the party.
Yes. And
ultimately to, you know, maybe make the spare bullet for 2022 a lot more solid. That is how I'm looking at it. I mean, they couldn't have made a better choice. I mean, Governor Joe is one politician who has risen through the ranks, you know, and he has successfully managed to, you know, amass some clout because of his charismatic personality. He enters people very easily.
Right.
I think what Deputy President William Ruto has, he also has. He has the power of the gab, and the manner in which he is poetic and dramatic in addressing things in the public arena easily endears himself to people.
Right.
But what might be a big test for Governor Joe is how he's going to penetrate the Rift Valley province.
Right.
So much about his political acumen outside the frameworks of ODM.
Kipchumba, what is the view from the Rifts? Is Ruto a worried man?
This is a pure Weetabix politics, if you may call it that.